Well, hello folks, and welcome to another review. Today I've come here kind of frustrated, and mainly that's because there is no good review on White's boots. So I went out and bought a pair, and we're going to sit down today and go through a whole review of White's boots because there are none. No offense to Wrangler Star or all of them, but it just doesn't go into very good detail. So what I have here is a pair of brand new White's boots that I've been wearing for a couple of days, and I absolutely love them. And this is what I got. It is the Smoke Jumper steel toe. I work here in Coeur d'Alene, so it's not an exact fit to me. I didn't want to wait the 5 weeks to have them made, so I just got the size that fits me. But what I like about them is the fact that they're going to last. And one thing with Wrangler Star, he's not kidding. They will last you. The amazing thing that I really enjoy about these boots, sorry that they're a little dirty. Like I said, they've been getting worn. They are set up for wildland fire. They are screwed around the toes, around the bottoms, as you can see here. They're also stitched, which is really neat. But what I like is every one of these little knobbins down here actually is nailed in. The soles are well built. This is all, it comes from rubber all the way up to plastic, and then a really thick coat of rubber here that adds a real nice support. The downfall of them is price. They are $500. And that was a big thing to me, is $500 for a pair of boots. Wow. How am I going to explain that one to my wife? But in the long run, the cost was worth it. What I really like about these boots is simply the fact that you have these laces here that these are made out of the same material as the boots are. That's right. These are made out of leather. And I didn't know how they were going to hold up. I've had leather straps in the past that I just wasn't very impressed with, and these have done really, really well. They did send me the laces that were made out of a fabric. I can't remember exactly what they're made out of now. And, you know, they just seemed like they weren't going to work. So, like I said, the up cost is, if you figure, when I worked for a cruise boat company here in Coeur d'Alene, I was spending probably about $100 a pair of boots every 5 months, where these boots was $500 one-time charge. So, and that way they're worth it. What I like about them is just how they're built super strong. Like I said, these are for smoke jumpers, linemen, and that kind of stuff, and they're just a comfortable boot. They were pure hell for a couple of weeks, learning how to wear them, learning how to walk in them. They were really uncomfortable, but then once you start to break them in, completely worth it. They do come with the boot grease, which I would highly suggest putting it on a day after you wear the boot. Break it in, then go back and wear it. What I like about these is every one of these is made out of brass. It's not made out of something that's going to rust very easy. I like the fact that it is in strength, that it's a much thicker quality leather than what you're going to see like in a Cabela's pair of boots that are made in China. The really cool thing with these are made in Spokane, Washington. I had to drive to Spokane from Coeur d'Alene, which isn't a bad deal. It's 35 minutes from here to go get a pair of boots. And they fitted it. It worked great for me. The only downside of it is they had to specially make mine. And if you're from Coeur d'Alene or our areas, you know there are people who like to steal stuff off your doorsteps. I didn't want to have a $500 pair of White's boots on my doorstep. So I picked these ones out. They're an inch too long, which is fine. If I was a leather or if I was a steel walker, I'd have a problem. I'm not. I'm working for a lawn care company where we're doing landscape, where really I just want the arch support. So let's talk about the pros of this boot. Pros. I really like this setup that they have going here. Very cool. It's really nice and comfortable when you're on ladders. The fact that this is all reinforced makes it a lot easier. The stitching is all hand done, and you can tell it looks amazing for the person that took the time to do it. The boot, everything down this way is all hand done, and it's all sewed. So if the glue were to give out, this would take place, and your screws would take place. Downside of it, these are $500 pair of boots. They are not comfortable your first 3 weeks into wearing them. Still having to get used to them. I've had them for probably a week now. They're hard to drive in unless you're operating a pickup truck. They're very hard to get out of a Toyota in. There's no padding in them, which you have to get used to. But like I said, I'm not endorsed for whites for doing this. Whites doesn't even know I'm doing it. I'm just doing it because as a person who is looking to buy them, there are no good reviews online. So if you're looking up YouTube, you're trying to find a good boot, this is what you need to look at. I would not suggest Cabela's. I would not suggest Danner's. There's no way I would suggest like Keen's or something like that, or Nevada's or something like that. Had a pair of Nevadas, they last me a week. These boots, I have put them through torture. Sharp rock. I work in a bucket truck with them on. I know guys who are firefighters that have their boots specially built that they get rid of this part up here and they go into whites, and they actually have them put in a zipper that this comes out, and then where this is here, whites will actually sew a zipper in place, and it comes down here and into here, and then these lace up like normal, so they can just zip up and they're done. Or if they need to get in their turnouts, they just zip down. Whites will actually install that for you. I talked with them. The one thing I do like that Wrangler Star has is right here, excuse me, right here, he actually has holes, this side and this side, that he had custom put in, so he can actually grab a hold of them like this and pull them on. I think it's a really cool idea. I invested in one of those boot pullers that holds on right here. You put your foot right here and you pull your foot out. To me, that just works better. I wish I did invest in putting the holes up here though, so you could just hook in and pull on. These are, in my eyes, probably the best boot I will ever have, and for the cost, well, for me, half the cost of a new boot, I can have from here down completely rebuilt twice for the cost of a new boot for me, which would be about $300. I can have all this redone, which I thoroughly enjoy and know that can be done, and it's just a very good boot. The laces are really cool. I really like the laces. Just old-fashioned, but man, they hold really well for what they are. So yeah, if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're thinking about buying whites, and I just want to put your mind at ease knowing that you will be spending $500 on a pair of boots, but in the long run, they are worth it. They are worth the $500, and you know, I feel bad when people are looking online trying to find a good review, and they can't do it. And so this is, in my eyes, a white's boot is definitely worth it. They are very strong, very well kept, and if you do take care of them, they will last you forever. My grandpa had a pair that he used when he worked in the mill and up in Bonners Ferry, and unfortunately we lost him back in 2015, I think, if I remember right. And we found his white's boots, and after he worked with them on the mill, he worked with them on the farm, and he did much other things with them. They still look like this one because he took good care of them. The only difference was this sole looked like race car tread, and it was actually so shiny that his screws right here were shiny, and they're ground down, and all this lacing was gone. So, but the Vibram sole is amazing, super comfortable. The only thing I don't know what is that X is for right there, but would I suggest this to my best man at my wedding? Absolutely. Would I suggest this to a nurse? No, they're not very comfortable when you're standing all day long. But they are, and all in all, they are a very comfortable, very strong boot. I would suggest them if you were working on concrete or doing something that is just really labor intensive. I honestly wish I had them when I worked for the cruise boat company downtown. They would have been much nicer to have than my Cabela boots. One company that I would not suggest buying boots from because all their stuff is made in China, and it shows. I had a pair of boots that last me forever when they were building them back in the United States. Then they went to China, they got mass produced, and I went to send a pair of boots back to actually be resold, and they couldn't do it. They had to completely I had to completely rebuy my boot, and that was when I said, I'm done, I'm going to White's. And I went to White's, and I've had no issues. And White's stands behind their product. I've called them once before about an issue, and they were very quick to fix it, or very quick to send me out laces that fit the boot, or they had them waiting for me when I pulled up with my pickup from Coeur d'Alene, so they are very worth the time, the trouble. I mean, check out how thick that sole is. And that is one thick sole. I don't think you'll ever get something literally that thick, folks, from China factory. So, and to prove that these are really made in Spokane, Washington, check it out. There's your proof right there. Handcrafted in the United States. And then if I were to flip this bad boy over like so and tip her up, look at this. Focus. Oh, you're not gonna focus. There you go. Spokane, Washington. So yeah, folks, come over and see us. They're really cool people in there. They work really hard for you, and I really enjoy when I go in there. People are very courteous, very polite, very understanding, and knowing that my feet are huge, and they're always very quick to make sure that I have all the stuff that I need. Is it worth the $500? Yes, go spend the $500. I would strongly do it. Have a great day. Bye.